Just in time. Greetings, everyone. I'm Luke Bryan Smith, and welcome to Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved, where we educate, motivate, and liberate you through enlightening dialogues, empowering music, and evolving content. I'm excited yet again because my next extraordinary guest is the author of Uncoupling Reimagined, a nervous system oriented book guiding people to get closure of previous relationships. She's also the founder of Sex and Integrity, a trauma informed body of work devoted to help folks overcome emotional disconnection and unconscious sexual habits so they can create deeply connected relationships and fulfilling sex. Wow. Without further ado, allow me to introduce to you Eman Alves. How are you doing today, Eman?
I am so glad to be here. You're recording on the solstice, and it's one of my favorite days of the year. So, yes, can't wait to
Absolutely.
transmit. Yes,
Absolutely. And I would just like to say this, that I am a firm believer that time is one of our most precious assets, and for you to decide to spend even a moment of your time here with me on Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved, I want to extend my sincerest gratitude. Thank you for being here at this present moment.
oh, likewise, likewise, definitely. Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely. So, you know what? We don't have very much time, so I just want to get right into it.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about you being the founder of Sex and Integrity. Okay. Tell us how that came about. Um, Give us a little ramp up to how you got there and how you got interested in this and what your intentions are with this, and tell us a little bit about it.
Absolutely. Um, I wanted to work with the erotic, with Eros force since third grade.
Right.
Literally, when we are in second and third grade and we are being asked what we want to do, I already wanted to work with eroticism.
Okay.
Of course, not at the same capacity of today. But fast forward, I went and I studied actuary and I work on the fancy offices with more than 10,000 employees worldwide, always in the airplane, wearing a suit in meetings somewhere. And on the back of my mind, I still wanted to work with sex. But because I have founded orphanages, I always thought that this was going to be something wrong to do. I cannot be associated as someone who founds an orphanage and works with sex until came an opportunity for me to understand that these were conditionings. And on the contrary, sex is one of the most pure, innocent, and beautiful ways to get onto our spirituality, our path of healing, of personal development, of evolving. And it's literally the best way to connect back to the body and being in awareness and embodiment. And that was my cue. And I went for it and I went back to study and I added to what I have already been studying in about Tantra. I've been studying Tantra for the last 15 years, but I wasn't thinking of working with it. Now I do. So I went to study Somatic Experiencing, and as a nerd that I am, I did the whole neuroscientific way to back myself up and then offer it to the world. Yes.
Wow, wow, that is amazing, and thank you for that bit of clarity. So I would just like to ask you, since you work, I don't really like to use the word work, but your um, purpose, your interests are in regards to, sex and um, erotic, and just what would you say are some of the major blockages or major obstacles when it comes to um, you know sex and integrity?
Yes, sure. One thing is we have been programmed to not put those two together.
Okay.
And the ways I have seen integrity and sex being put together were in regards to religion and abstinence and some sort of conditioning of limitation. Whereas in my experience, integrity means something whole, integrated. So, borrowing from Jungian, it's about having our different parts of our psyche and having them integrated together. Can you show up in your sex or in your sexuality, if you wish, with your full life force, with all that you are? And I mean, your emotions, your heart, your body, your present moment, your inner child, your your desires for life, your life purpose, all your parts, the fears, the anger, the everything that you are, can it all be together in your sex? Not a performance of something you've been taught, not another segmentation of your life. Oh, this is me in the bedroom, and this is me at work, and this is me raising my young children. Can you be all that you are and show up literally in the most vulnerable way in your birth suit in the bedroom? Chances are with the person who you love the most in the world. Can you be all that you are in that moment? And
Wow.
I my approach is with the holistic sex tools, but regardless of any sex coaching work, just put a word out there for everyone in the audience, if you allow me to give a little extension on what is flowing for me now.
Absolutely.
When we think of integrity and having our whole together, I believe the next word that comes is authenticity.
Hmm.
And I would like to give a word on that because it's very related to me. Truth, authenticity, and sex and integrity is truth is not a thing, in my opinion, that we hold on a document like a decree. Oh, my truth is I don't believe LGBTQ should have rights. My truth is I am a Democrat. My truth is my child should go to this university. Rather, remaining in that integrity in your nervous system of staying in curiosity, can we show up in full integrity in a moment and in the moment feel on what is the most true to you? Maybe your conditioning was that this is something you'd never accept. Let's say, oh my God, if my partner ever cheats on me, I'm leaving. And then you are in that moment and your partner is now in vulnerability confessing to you, I am falling for a work colleague. I'm putting a very extreme case out there, okay? And now, can you sit with your full truth in full integrity with all your parts in this situation? And will be in this moment here now, I have a part of me that feels really betrayed.
Mhm.
And I connect to her, and she's like 9 years old. So she's taking my partner as a parent. And I have a part of me that is really sexually liberated and thinks, oh, wow, can I meet her? Maybe can become fun for us. And there's a part of me that's more like a mother that is looking at him and being like, oh, I can see a little boy in front of me. And he is so trusting of me. He really deserves my respect now. Can you sit with all your parts and really sit with what is your truth right now, rather than acting from a headspace, ignoring whatever else sensations, feelings you having on your body, forgetting your ground whatsoever, and from this hovering, floating space, bring in all your unprocessed emotions and react in a way that you may never be able to take back. So this is what I mean by integrity of sitting with your truth. And I find that during sex or self-pleasure, this is a place to train these skills, capacity of self-awareness and presence, so that when moments like this show up in life, because trust me, they will, you already have this habit of acting from this awareness of the whole of you rather than from a conditioning. And sex is a place where we have been conditioned that there is a script, there is a performance, there's a
Right.
way to be.
Right.
And when we decondition this default, then it's kind of easy to show up in everywhere else in life with the same mechanism of staying present and figuring out on the here and now what's my truth and acting from that.
Wow. Thank you again for adding a bit of clarity in that. But I'm wondering, when did you first start to, and I'm just going to ask this question in its simplest form. When did you first like become aware of these things, and what inspired you to become, to dig deeper and find all this out in regards to, you know, sex and intimacy? What led to this? Yeah,
I must say, I believe in something that some people call one consciousness, some people call
right,
Akashic records,
right,
or heart coherence field, whatever is that
right,
you name it, right?
right,
I believe that there is this awareness, this consciousness available to all of us on Earth as we are sharing as soulmates of Earth itself. We are all sharing a placenta with Mother Earth. That's how I
right.
believe it. And I
Wow.
believe that this that I'm sharing for the ones who are hearing and they're saying, yes, hell yeah, you all have always known it. I'm not telling you any news. You may just have not yet seen on the same perspective or worded it. And now that you're hearing me wording, you'll be like, yeah, exactly.
Right,
It's not something that is a me thing, it's a us thing. But when I had the opportunity to sit with this, when I was off this in the post-industrial revolution matrix of 9 per 5 and all my energy is only on producing for someone else's sake,
right,
was when I had a terminal disease, and I have spent months on and off staring at the clock in hospital beds around the world and having the very clear death portal in front of me through a diagnosis. And that brings a level of wisdom that I think many terminal patients or people past menopause or people past retirement, people who are going towards the last phase of their lives, they know well. I had the
right.
opportunity to know this well from a very young age, and I can say that that helped me to connect to this wisdom and also to say I grew up in a diversity, um, not financial, but in other types of adversities. And I got into therapy when I was 7, and I
Wow.
have never stopped. So I have a
7.
few decades, yeah, I have a few decades of therapy.
Wow.
And because I'm a nerd, anything that, I mean, I don't want to put my truth in the label, but I tend to love to enhance my curiosity with
Right.
researches. So I've been reading a lot. And the more
Mm,
languages I learn, the more authors I have exposure to. And I've been reading lots on somatics, on top bottom approach and bottom up approaches of connecting to all this stagnation of, I don't know, trauma, energy, emotions, psychological, all this self-awareness, doing meditation, going up in the Himalayas, and
wow.
that's where I study at the moment. So
Wow.
it's yeah, so it's been a lot of things. It's not a
Right.
one thing.
Yeah, it's not just one thing, but whatever it is, it's resonating with you. And yes, and yeah, you can't explain how these things come to you, they align with you, and yeah, it's amazing. And this is this is, I would say, if not the purpose, one of your purpose, because I think we can have more than just one purpose, but it's amazing,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, for you to
Yeah.
learn and share what what you're learning and what's um, your passions and
You know,
your wisdom, your education, your yes. your knowledge, all that, and just sharing. Um,
I want to tell the audience, if I may, um, I have recently discovered your podcast and I indulged because turned out that it was a free day for me. I went on listening, and there was one of your episodes about that you were discussing about purpose. And what you're
right,
saying now is so fresh in my field because it really supported me so much. One of your guests was sharing about how purpose is something that we keep on rediscovering as we keep on reinventing ourselves. And I add to
absolutely,
this, yes, we are shapeshifters and we
right,
keep on. So if anybody heard this and said and heard me saying, oh, being on the matrix or being on the 9 per 5s, and you are like, oh yeah, you're privileged, or be like, oh no, this is not me, I would
right.
say just keep reinventing ourselves. Look at Luke
Reinventing.
here. He got his whole life. He does his traveling and he's doing his podcast. We all can be creating and supporting the world in our own path and keep on reinventing. So if this moment you're like, oh, this is not me, well, it could be. You make it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, life is a continuation of expansion, unfolding, and you can go in one direction and feel like you want this, and then nope, I want to move over here. Nope, I want to do this, or you can do it all, or however,
Yeah.
it's not, there's no, like the universe, there's no limits and restrictions. We only impose that on ourselves. Oh, I can't do that.
Mm,
Why can't you? Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't. I'm already this age. I'm done. I'm stuck. No, don't do that. Yeah. So that's amazing.
300%.
Right.
Yes.
So tell us also a bit about your book. What's it titled again? Entitled again?
Uncoupling, uncoupling reimagined.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
when did you publish this book and give us a little insight on it?
Yes. Okay. You may not be looking at me, but if you are seeing me, you may not believe that. But here we go. I have been married multiple times.
Why? No, I'm just like, no, I'm just joking. No, go ahead. Go ahead. No
Yeah.
judgment from me. I'm learning, not to cut you off. When people tell me anything now, I'm thankful I'm in a mindset that nothing surprises me. Nothing. I try not to put any type of judgment because I don't know everyone's story or what their journey is. So who am I to place some type of label or title on what anybody does? So I just listen. I'm here to just observe because I have my own things that I can say about myself that people will be like, what? Yeah. So go ahead. You've been married 100 times.
Multiple times, 7. And I, yes, I know. Yeah. Um,
Okay,
so I
go
can
ahead.
say this book was born from this experience. There is a term called conscious uncoupling. When I was going through my first few divorces, I didn't know that yet. But turns out that we all connect to this one consciousness, and I was already doing a conscious uncoupling. And
Right.
afterwards, it became something popular, and then it became coined and explained and became a format, and people got trained and support others. So please, anyone in the audience, if you are going through an uncoupling, you don't have to necessarily have had it married on the paper, but you're going through an uncoupling that is emotionally tense, that involves many aspects in your life, maybe business, maybe parenting, maybe relocations, migration. Please search for someone with support. There are so many people working with conscious uncoupling. There are so many ways to be supported. If you resonate with me, yes, but I'm not the only one. I'm sure that there's someone in your language, in your place, that is also working with that. And there's so many ways to educate yourself to new methods. We are just rediscovering as humans how to relate, right? If we look at how we've been relating through centuries, there were many formats, right? There were poly, there were foragers, and then came agriculture, and then people became monogamous, and then it was families choosing, and then it was love choosing, and then it was no certifications. We are constantly reinventing this. But one thing is granted: once this union breaks apart, there there is a lot of grief. It
Mm.
is painful. And
Right.
in that process, we may become the worst version of ourselves, or we may find genius ways to be regulated and really turn that into a rite of passage, like our ancestors have done. And that's what my book is about. It's
Wow.
about this breakup becoming a rite of passage to a better version of self. Some people come to personal development because they're curious, but most people come because they reach a wall, right? They have had an accident, they lost a great job, they have a big rupture in their lives, and now they need to reinvent themselves or to better themselves or to literally just pick up the pieces.
Mm.
And a heartbreak as a breakup can become this wonderful opportunity when things get activated enough to be reshuffled, reintegrated, and made anew. And that's how I bring conscious uncoupling into Uncoupling Reimagined. Because when I was going through my uncouplings, those readings would do nothing for me. I had no capacity. I'm blurred. I cannot even understand a 10 minutes comedy video, let alone a whole book. During those days, nothing can be introduced to me. And then once I'm out of the breakup, I'm out of the uncoupling, then I will be educated and be like, oh, this would have been great to know back in then. So that's when I came with this book that is like a third grader proof, foolproof, simple manual, very short and straight to the point, that I literally just be like your bestie who is talking to you. Like there is audiobook and there is a ebook and paperback, literally going through, okay, so you're in this phase, you cannot stop stalking their social media. Oh, you're in this phase. Every time you hang out with your friends, they're like, hey, how are you? How is so and so? And you're like, oh, why did I even come to this birthday party? Or you're in that moment of you reach the bedroom and your pleasure is completely coupled with them. And if you feel turned on, you can't help but think about them. And especially on that, because my expertise is sex, this is where I go the deepest, is about how can your pleasure be uncoupled, and how can your pleasure make brings you to a sexual mastery level, that you are in such a great love with your sexuality that now you want to join in a new relationship, or connect to new people, not to mend whatever didn't work on the previous one, not from a compensation because you're lonely, not because you have to, but because you are having such a great time with yourself that you can't wait to share this with someone.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely amazing. And where can we uh, find your book?
Uncoupling Reimagined is all over. If you go to an AI tool and ask for summary, which some of my colleagues have done in front of my eyes, and I'm like, yes, they will give you a lot. The workbook is even richer than the book itself, and it's for
Okay.
free on my website. And the book is anywhere you see books, from Kobo to Amazon and Barnes and Nobles, Spotify, Apple Books is everywhere. Paper book or paperback, ebook, audio, as I said, you can find it the way you prefer. My idea is I really want to support people, because I've talked and I've heard from clients and from people who trusted me, their pain going on for a decade plus because of unresolved relationship, and people who had
Right.
the next marriage dissolved because they were carrying baggage from a previous one. And
Right.
people who show up on
Right.
dates and can't stop talking about the ex because it's so present every time they
Right.
feel love
Yeah.
again.
It's fresh in
And
here.
I
Yes.
Yes, so
Yes.
if this is a tool I can offer to the world that will support us to have one less problem, here it is.
Right, right. That's absolutely amazing. And while we're on that subject too of your website, share with us here what your website is.
Oh yeah, so Iman, my name, Echo Mike Alpha November dot coach. That's simple. Iman dot coach. That's my website. And Uncoupling Reimagined, the free workbook is there, as much as a library that I'm constantly updating with free resources. And I have my own YouTube as well, Sex and Integrity.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. And by the way, I turned my map, if you don't notice, to where you're from
Yeah,
right here. Yes, you're from here. Yes,
I
right
love
there.
it.
That's not where
Right
you are
up in
now,
the
though. Right now, you're in
Vietnam. Yes,
Vietnam.
I'm in
Yes.
Vietnam right now, and I'm from Brazil, from the northeast tip
Which
there
part? Which
of
part? Down
Brazil.
here?
Up, northeast, right at the corner. Go to the
Right.
very corner. Yes, there we go.
This one?
There.
Oh,
More
here.
to, yes.
Over
No,
here.
up. Oh, you were there earlier. Down. Yes, your finger was almost there. Up
Here.
towards the ocean. I'm on the coast up. Yes, there. That's my
Okay.
corner. My corner of the world.
Yeah, I won't push too hard because I don't want to destroy your city.
There are sharks there.
Yeah. Oh, I love sharks. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to swim with them, but I'm fascinated by sharks. I think they're
So
amazing. Amazing
even though
creatures.
that's my corner of the world that has leopards and wildlife from the Atlantic forest that merges with Amazon forest, a beautiful
Right.
place. My favorite place in the world is still South Africa.
Wow, South Africa. I haven't been there. The closest I've been is off the coast of Africa, and it's an island called Mauritius. So
Oh yeah,
yes.
beautiful,
Yeah, it's a
lovely Mauritius.
beautiful
Yes,
island. The inhabitants are mainly people from India, so surprising.
yes,
But yeah, there's
yeah,
a
yeah.
there's a rich history as to why they're there, and why they've
I'm
become,
familiar.
yeah, but it's amazing. Very spiritual island, very cultural island, and yeah, I had a great time over there. But yeah, I want to explore more of Africa too. Um, not only
I
the
do have I do have the wish to live a little bit in Mauritius. So you're nailed.
Oh,
I know about.
Mauritius is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I want to go to a lot of places in Africa, Tanzania, Madagascar.
Oh,
Yeah,
please, when you go to South Africa, find your way to the garden route. And for
right,
people listening that are like, oh, I'm looking for a conscious community to live in, but I don't want to
right,
go to the usual Tulum, Mexico, or
right,
Bali,
right,
I would
right.
say go to the garden route in South Africa.
Garden
This
route.
movement medicine, the solstice gatherings, the living with the land, the connection with the ancestors, the indigenization with the local Khoisan
Yes,
people. All this is so rich. The herbal, traditional medicine, the
right,
rites of passages, rituals.
right.
Go there. It's heaven.
Yeah, there's things in my mind I want to do. Like I want to go to Tibet as well and stay in some of the Buddhist the temples and just stay there for a while. And yes, and just
Totally
absorb.
recommend the Himalayas. The
Yeah, and
Himalayas.
yeah,
Are
Himalayas,
incredible.
yeah, and absorb some of the culture, get deep into the Himalayas and just cut off from technology and yes, just embrace some of the culture, the spiritual, the vibe, the
300%.
yeah,
Yes.
amazing,
Stay
amazing.
fast in an ashram. I very much recommend.
Absolutely, absolutely. Sounds absolutely great. But yeah, thank you for being here today and for sharing a bit about yourself and about what you do and about your passions, your visions, your purpose, and your story. I appreciate that. And before we conclude, is there anything else that you would like to leave us with or share before we go?
I always like to offer the audiences a tool on how to get started because all this can be only concepts. But what if someone is sitting there listening to this and it's like, I'm not going to go and get this book. I'm not going through an uncoupling, but I would still love to taste this, right? So let's just do like a little exercise on this moment here now. When you connect to your pleasure, right? You can do this as well, Lut, if you want. Like right now, where you are, even if you're driving, connect your pleasure. Send your attention to your genitals. Send your attention to your hips. Connect
Mm,
there. And just notice that when you connect, you may start feeling some arousal if you relax enough. And then if you're not feeling anything, you're not connected with it whatsoever, or you are connected, there is numbness, there is dissociation, or there isn't, or there is an aliveness there, whatever it is, be just curious and don't make it into a judgment. Make it into intention to be what you want. Like if you're not feeling anything when you give attention, but you want to. If memories start to come up, what are the memories associated with the energy of my hips? When I'm feeling this aroused, I feel like I should immediately stop because I'm in a coffee shop, there's people around me.
mm.
Oh, when I can't because I'm so stressed. And literally take this like you are the scientist, just gathering data about yourself so that you know yourself better because maybe this is the reason why you came to Earth.
Wow. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yes. So thank you again, Iman, and thank you everyone for watching and or listening. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to hit the subscribe. Share this. Not only help the platform grow, but get this information out. Share this with people. Yeah. Those that you
Yeah,
think would benefit from it and those that just, to learn something new. I believe that one of our reasons for being here, in this, on this life is to learn and to continue just to
yeah.
learn and be aware of things. Um, yeah, appreciate you. Thank you very much. Until next time, enlighten, empowered, evolve. See you soon.